I'm Ted Keys, your host and top freight agent training expert here in Southern California. This topic comes from my 30+ years of business, sales, and freight moving success. Watch, learn, and apply it. You'll move more freight efficiently, effectively, effortlessly, and make more money financially. And call me at 626-309-9141 with any questions. Now explode your business with... Guys, hello and welcome again to my Tuesday training call. Ted Keys, your host and top freight sales training expert. Today, I'll show you how to move more freight efficiently, effectively, and effortlessly so you make more money financially. And after the call today, go to my website, tedkeysonline.com, to hear more of my podcasts, read more of my blog posts, watch more of my videos, and while you're there, visit my Freight Sales Success Store for top-notch freight moving products to explode your business today. And if you have any questions today, any questions regardless of what it is, or specifically, are you ready for my top producing one-on-one personal freight sales freight broker training? Then give me a call, Ted Keys. I'm at 626-309-9141. Today's training topic is how you court your freight customers and your prospects. How you court your freight prospects and your customers. For those of you that are on my contact list and you receive my email invites for my calls, just scroll down to any one of those invites that you got today, open up that attachment, and we're going to go over those free attachments that I did send you today. Again, my topic is how you court freight prospects and customers. Every time I talk about connecting with the marketplace, connecting with your freight prospects, with customers, I talk about it in the form of you courting them. I use an example. Think back to high school. We all can think of this. We have an interest in somebody, whether it be a boy or a girl. In order to get their attention, first of all, you must approach them in some way or another. Once you approach them, then you've got to start building a relationship with them. That is no different in becoming a successful freight agent as well. You've got to contact, and then you've got to build a relationship. Part of building a relationship is actually courting them. If I could create or use that as an example here. So again, just go ahead and scroll down to the bottom of your invite today. Open up that attachment, and let's talk about how you court freight prospects and customers. Now, let me just start out by saying this. A wise man, if you're talking to a wise man, you know this guy has been around for a long time, but he told this fact to be, he explained, a wise man told this fact to being happily married for over 50 years. Shortly after his anniversary, he said, and again, this goes back to just what I just talked about, he said that he and his wife are still on their honeymoon. They've been married for over 50 years, yet he describes their marriage as still being on his honeymoon. So, what's his secret? What's his secret to having this feeling of still being on his honeymoon? Well, in all that time, they're still courting each other, and all that time they're still courting each other. Now, this is a vast example of what it is to court each other. Again, are we going to have prospects and customers that we're going to court for over 50 years? Well, if you decide to stay in this profession long enough, yes, you will be courting your prospects and your customers over that amount of time if you start off with somebody and you end up serving them for 50 years. However, this is a courting game. Building relationships is a courting game. Now, what does courting have to do with your freight business? Let me say that again. What does courting have to do with your freight business? Well, courting has everything to do with your freight business. Your freight business is all about courting. I mean, really, just think about it. What extraordinary things do you do when you meet the one that you want to grow old with? All right? When you continually attempt to win each other's heart, you build a solid and lasting relationship. That is no different in the freight sales profession. You will be successful when you, first of all, make contact with a shipping decision maker, then continue to follow up and actually continue to court them. Next question. How do you convince freight prospects that you're the one? Just like this old wise man has convinced his wife of over 50 years that she's the one. How do you convince freight prospects that you're the one? Well, your best customers, they must be told that they're important to you all the time. You can't just call somebody and then start emailing them and then expect them to just send you their juicy loads that they have, and you're just going to communicate via email. It does not happen that way. Even though in our society now of technology and all this stuff that makes it easy for us, personal relationships are the strongest when they are verbal relationships. I mean, think about it. For those of you that are married, okay? Are you communicating with your wife via email? Well, sometimes you do. Are you communicating with her or him via text? Well, in this day and age, yes, sometimes we do. You know, a couple times throughout the day, we might send a text here or a text there. But in reality, it's the verbal communication that's the strongest form of relationship that you can build. So, third question. What can you do to continually court your freight prospects? Let me say that again. What can you continually do to court your freight prospects? Well, first of all, think of for those of you that have been in it a while, think about the great prospects that you have. Think about those customers that you've been dealing with for a while, and they're actually giving you freight and you're moving freight for them. Excuse me. Take those ones that are, that you're actually getting business with, and classify them as either A, awesome customers, prospects, or B, just basic ones. Either way, if you're getting business from individuals, pay attention to those first. Yeah, there are these others here that, at 6 months, you still haven't gotten anything. Yeah, continue to keep in contact with them, but you're still not yet at that courting stage. You're still following up with them. So really focus on the customers and the prospects that you've actually done business with. That's the first thing you're going to do. Now, since you've done that, moving on to page 2, what are you going to do? First of all, cover the basics. The first thing you're going to do is cover the basics. Be sure, what do I mean by that? Be sure that your freight prospect, or be sure that your freight service is of the highest quality. It's of the highest standard. Now, what is that? What is the highest quality or highest standard? That is determined by you, okay? I'll tell you this. If you are continually building a relationship and courting your customers and giving them what they want, you are providing the highest standards of freight service. Be absolutely sure to deliver the value, okay, that your A and your B customers expect from you. Because when they expect it from you and you give it to them, guess what? They are going to continue doing business with you. Also, make it easy for them to buy from you. Let me give you an example. You've been in this a while, and your prospect or your customer, they give you a freight request. How quickly do you get back to them on that? Because your standard freight agent, they get back to them, say, in 2 hours, 6 hours, possibly they don't even get back to them in a day. How quickly do you get back to them? My advice to you is you get back to them immediately. Stop what you're doing, all right? Stop what you're doing, figure out what that rate is, and you get back to them immediately. That is one example of giving a tremendous amount of freight service. Make it easy for them to buy from you. Again, I just talked about that. Not sure what their freight service requires? Then just ask them. Just ask them. And I don't mean ask them through an email. I mean actually pick up the phone and actually ask them what they require of you. Because believe me, if you ask anybody what they require of you, most people, most individuals, most prospects and customers are more than happy to give you their opinion on something. I mean, think about it. How many armchair quarterbacks do we have on Sunday afternoon? Everybody is willing to give you their opinion. And this is no different being a freight agent, a freight broker. When you ask a prospect or customer what it is that they desire of you, hey, they will be happy to tell you. So again, example, you get a rate request, you get back to them immediately. If you're going to ask a question and it's important, do not email them. Every time you pick up the phone, again, what I talked about earlier, it's that verbal communication that builds the strongest relationship. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cover the basics. Second thing you're going to do, as you're courting your customers and building strong relationships with them, ensure that your customer experience is exceptional by creating systems around it. Ensure your customer experience is exceptional by creating systems around it. Now, with me, I am a freight agent. My teammates are freight agents with Logistic Dynamics. Logistic Dynamics has tremendous systems in place that that talks about number 2 here. They've created systems, technology systems that we utilize to actually provide the service. It includes inbound and outbound phone scripts, how you present your business, the orderliness of your freight business, your website. I have a website, most individuals don't. But your freight customers are influenced in their purchasing decisions by how they feel about your freight business, not by what you tell them. And a lot of how they feel is how you explain and relate and build that relationship with them. So ensure that your customer experience is exceptional by creating the systems around it. The third thing you're going to do when it comes to courting and building a strong relationship with your prospects, your customers, sweat the small stuff with your A and your B customers. Again, sweat the small stuff. Really pay attention to those intricate little details that you've gotta sweat, that you've actually got to pay attention to, okay? Look for the little opportunities to stay in contact with your prospects and your customers. Here's an example. Send them birthday and holiday cards. Every Christmas, my wife Marie and I, we go through our customer list and we send them a Christmas card. Again, that's just an example of what we do. You could even send them cards celebrating the anniversary of the first load that you moved with them. I mean, we all love to go back and talk about milestones. Conduct regular surveys to learn how your customers feel about your business. You know, looking for gems and opportunities for continual improvement in your freight business. Call them to see if they've asked you for a rate request, and you get back to them. Just surprise them instead of waiting for an email, for the load. Give them a call. Let them know that you've got a truck waiting. Those are all forms of building a solid relationship, which strengthens the relationship with the relationship that you have already. These are all great examples of building and strengthening relationships. So the third thing is sweat the small stuff with those A and those B type customers and prospects. Fourth thing you're going to do, Provide unexpected benefits. Provide unexpected benefits for those A and B level customers. Let them know about any, as an example, let them know about any new freight service that you provide. Hey, I do LTL. Do you do any LTL? I do intermodal. By now you should have a good idea of what your prospects and your customers do. But these are all good examples of letting them know, if you have a new service that you're providing, let them know or let them feel like they're on the inside of your company. Make them feel, again, like they're on the inside, just like I told you earlier. Understand this, guys, and going to my fifth point. Understand this, and this is so important when it comes to building relationships and maintaining and retaining your customers. It is far less expensive to sell to your existing customers than to find new ones. Let me say that again. It is far less expensive to move freight for your existing customers than it is to continually look for new ones. Think of it when you just start off in this profession, or that you are just starting off. For those of my agents that are just beginning, what is it like just getting your first 20 prospects? Okay, it takes time and effort. And really think about that a year from now when you're moving a lot of freight. It is far less expensive and far easier to sell to those customers that you've already built a relationship with. It takes far more effort, and it's a whole lot more expensive going out searching for new ones. The best and cheapest way to acquire new customers is to create raving fans who sell for you. That is your existing customers. The best type of customer that you can get is through a referral from somebody else. It's like taking a hot knife and just slicing it through butter. That's how easy it is to get business through a referral. Now, are you going to get a referral starting off? No. In order to get a referral, you've got to move freight first. Okay, that's how you get referrals. People, individuals ask me, that haven't even moved a load yet, how do I get referrals? Well, you get referrals by showing the marketplace what your value is in it first. Continually courting them will win them over time and time again. My main point is this: customers, prospects, they must be courted. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. You've got to court your customers, build relationships with them, continue to build and strengthen those relationships with them. It's only through doing that where they trust you and they hand over their freight to you. Again, great topic today: how you court your freight prospects and your customers. Hey, thanks for joining me today on my Tuesday training call. I'll be here again next week, same time, Tuesday at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time on my Tuesday training call. Great talking to you all. Take care. God bless. I'll see you all again next Tuesday on my Tuesday training call. Bye-bye. When you arrive at my Freight Sales Success Store today, you'll see a host of products available there for purchase. First one you'll see available is my flagship product. That is my Freight Sales Success Guide, typically for beginner and struggling freight agents. If you're searching for that daily motivation to set goals, to achieve them, to pick up the phone daily and connect and build relationships with the marketplace, then opt for my Freight Sales Success Quotes. And if you're searching for those specific skills, and there are many skills, many individual skills required to be successful in this profession, then opt for my Freight Sales Success Skill. I highly recommend each one of these products, available for purchase today in my Freight Sales Success Store. Do you have any questions again? Do you have any questions about today's call? Or more importantly, are you ready for my top producing one-on-one personal freight sales, freight broker training? Then give me, Ted Keys, a call. I'm at 626-309-9141. Great topic for today. Take these skills, apply them. You'll be amazed at what happens to your results.